let's build a Consular-Class Cruiser from Star Wars. And actually, before I begin, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Death and Decay. He's been putting together most of the parts lists for each of these videos. If that's something that you guys are interested in, give him about a day or two. He'll have the list ready, and I'll be posting it in my pinned comment. But yeah, with that said, let's get right into it. So I'm going to start off the build. I'm going to place, let's see, my mag field landing thrusters. Starting right here in the center, we're just going to move back one space, and it's going to get placed there. All right, now from here, let's see, going to be using the Ambassador class walkway. It's going to be the 1x1. I'm just going to place one right on top of that thruster. In front of that, I'm going to place a 2x1 Ambassador class hab. That's just going to go there. Now in front of this 2x1, I'm going to be using the Thunderbird class hab. That's going to go there. And then, let's see, I'm going to place a Thunderbird class 1x1 walkway right there. So how it should go a 1x1, a 2x1, another 2x1, and then another 1x1. Once those are placed, I'm going to take the Ambassador class landing bay, and I'm just going to snap that right in front of this 1x1. All right. Now jumping to the back, I'm going to have to offset some pieces that I want to place here shortly. So in order to do this, you can just use any one of these 1x1s, and you're just going to snap one right to the back of this other 1x1. From here, you're going to utilize the ducting outlet, and you're just going to snap that right to the side of this back 1x1. Now from here, you're just going to move that, and you're going to snap it to where this ducting outlet snaps to the back of the 1x1, and you can just delete that ducting outlet. Now from here, you're going to utilize the rock hopper propeller module, and this is going to allow you to move it back a half of a snap. So if you're looking at the ship from the front, on the right hand side, for whatever reason, it won't let you half snap it. So you got to flip this, and you got to snap it on the left hand side. So see how it allows you to do the half snaps. So we're just going to half snap it back just one, and then we're going to bring this back. And then from here, I can just delete that rock hopper module. I'm then going to place the ducting joint. Place a ducting joint right beside this 1x1, and I'm then going to delete that 1x1. And then from here, let's see, I'm going to take a ducting joint. I'm going to place one right here, and I'm going to snap another one to the back of that, just like that. And then I'm then going to take this ducting joint, and I'm just going to move it over halfway, just like that. All right. Now from here, let me jump into the back to the front of the ship. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the Ambassador 1x1, and I'm going to snap that right above this other 1x1. And then right in front of that, I'm going to take a ducting joint, and I'm going to snap that right there. All right, now behind this 1x1, I'm going to take the Ambassador class 2x1 hab. I'm going to place one here. I'm going to place another one right behind that. And then right behind this 2x1, I'm going to place another one of these Ambassador class 1x1 walkways. So that's going to be that. Behind this 1x1, I'm just basically going to copy these ducting joints. So I'm just going to place two more here, and then another one right behind those. All right, so now this is the part where it gets a little tricky, and I actually kind of stumbled across this by mistake, but you guys are going to find out here real quick what I mean. I'm going to start off. I'm going to take just any one of these 1x1 habs, and I'm going to snap that right on top of this other 1x1. And then I want to bring this forward a half a snap. So what I'm going to do, once again, I'm going to take the rock hopper propeller module. I'm going to flip it around so I can snap it to the left-hand side. I'm just going to bring it forward just a half a snap. And then I'm going to bring up this 1x1 just like that. I then can delete the rock hopper. And then once that's placed, I'm then going to place my gun turret. So I'm going to take the photon cannon array, and I'm just going to snap that right on top of this 1x1. And once that turret's been placed, I'm going to take this 1x1, and I'm going to bring it back to its original spot right above the this other bottom 1x1. Now from here, I'm going to place my bridge. So I'm going to use the Thunderbird class cockpit, and I'm just going to snap that right to the front of this 1x1. And once that's placed, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. So there's that. And then now from here, I'm going to take the Vesper cowling piece, and I'm going to skip a spot and I'm going to place it right there. So once that's placed, that's going to allow me to then snap an Ambassador class 2x1 hab right there. So I'm going to merge it into the bridge. And by doing so, I'm then going to place a seamless window. And that's basically going to form like a custom bridge so you can see out of the window from the cockpit. But now, as far as painting goes, there's a certain paint scheme that I want to paint this. So if I look at it and I click on this and I go and I want to paint it this red and light gray, for whatever reason, it like inverts the color. And I don't want it to be painted that way. So the trick behind this, we're going to delete this window real quick. I'm going to go paint this 2x1 real fast. And I'm going to open up the paint tab. So I'm going to select my red and light gray, and then I'm going to select the inverted gloss finish. And then from here, that should allow me to place a seamless window, which is going to be the correct color, hopefully. Perfect. So see how the red now is here rather than the gray. So that's how you're going to do that. And actually, while I'm talking about paint, to make it easier, if you just select this 2x1 piece, select the red and light gray, and then the inverted gloss finish, just apply this to the entire Corvette at the moment. And I'll talk about painting it towards the end of the video, because there's a couple pieces that need to be painted differently. So anyway, moving on back to the ship. I'm gonna take, let's see if I can find them. I'm gonna take these Speedbird diffusers, I'm gonna flip it upside down, and I'm gonna snap one on both sides to this bottom 1x1 piece. I gotta make sure that it's the right color, so it's gonna be this inverted gloss finish for the moment. I'm just gonna change those up. All right, and then once those are placed, flip these back upright and place more on top of those. All right, now from here, right behind these, I'm gonna take the Vesper diffuser. I'm gonna rotate these. I'm gonna place one here, and I'm gonna place another one right there, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, and then now from here, I want to place this Arcadia wing module, but for whatever reason, it wants to snap to either this one or this one, and I want to center it up. So, and as you can see, it doesn't really look the greatest. So what I want to do, I want to sink this down kind of halfway. So I'm just going to take just any 1x1. I'm going to just place it here, and then from here, I'm going to take the ducting outlet, and I'm going to snap that right in front of this 1x1. I'm then going to take the 1x1, and I'm going to move it to where this ducting outlet snaps to the top of it. From here, I'm just going to delete that ducting outlet, and then I have to move. See, I believe I have to move this back. I'm just going to check this real fast. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a 2x1, and I'm just going to kind of merge it into the actual build itself to where the back connecting point is snapping to the side of this 1x1. And then from here, I can just delete that. And then this should allow me to now take this Arcadia wing module, and then I can snap it right here. So I want to snap it to where these Vesper diffusers are partially merging into that. And then basically this is gonna, I'm basically gonna have a 1x1 pretty much free back behind that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So that's just gonna get snapped right there. And then once that's placed, you're gonna delete that one that we merged in. So I'm just gonna move this off to the side real fast. I'm gonna delete this one, and then I'm just gonna put that 2x1 piece back in place. All right, now moving on, this little gap right back here, I'm going to take these Speedbird diffusers, I'm going to flip it upside down, and I want to connect the piece just one more half notch to the right. See how it's jumping and it's kind of merging in? I want to snap it one half notch to the right. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to move forward again. Let's see. So I'm just going to take just a Titan class 1x1 walkway, and to be honest, any 1x1 will work. I'm then going to take the rock hopper propeller module. I'm just going to snap that forward just one. place that there just like that. And then now that's going to allow me to place the Speedbird diffusers. I'm going to flip it upside down and rotate it. I'm just going to snap that along the back side of this 1x1. And then I can delete this. And then I'm going to copy these over. I'm going to rotate that around, place one right in front of that. I'm going to flip these upright, place one here, and then I'm going to place another one right there. And then I got to do the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to take my 1x1. And now, if you remember earlier, for whatever reason, the rock hopper doesn't like to half snap on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do, I got the one placed already. I'm just going to build it out with just one more. And then I'm just going to delete this 1x1. I'm then going to use the rock hopper on the left-hand side of this 1x1 piece, and I'm just going to snap it, like I said, just a half snap forward. Move that there. I'm then going to delete this, and then I'm going to copy this 1x1, and I'm going to place that right beside it. From here, I'm going to delete that 1x1, and now that should allow me to place these Speedbird diffusers, and it's basically going to be the same placement on this side. All right, now that those are placed, I'm gonna jump around to the back. I'm gonna take, let's see. I'm gonna take the Supercruise cowling. I'm gonna flip that upside down. And I'm gonna snap this to the bottom ducting joint. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm then going to take, let's see. I'm going to take the turbine aerofoil. I'm going to flip this upside down. And then I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to snap that right in front of this Supercruise cowling piece. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. And then once that's placed, I'm then going to take, let's see, another Supercruise cowling. I'm going to snap this one right on top of the other one. Do the same thing for the other side. And then I'm going to take more of these turbine aerofoils. I'm going to snap those right above the other ones. All right, now from here, I want to place some turrets on these Arcadia foils. But as you can see, there's no snapping point for this piece for the turret. So I had to get a little creative. So what we're going to do, we're going to merge some pieces into that Arcadia foil. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to take this 1x1, and like I said, any 1x1 is going to work. And I'm just going to snap that right there just like that. I'm going to take another one and snap that right beside it. I'm then going to delete this one. Now from here, I'm going to take the ducting outlet, and I'm just going to snap that right in front of this 1x1. I'm then going to take this 1x1, and I'm going to move it to where the ducting outlet snaps on top of it. I'm then going to delete this. And then now from here, let's see, believe that looks right. I'm going to take this 1x1. I'm going to copy it over, and I'm going to place this right there. I'm then going to delete that. Now I want to bring this forward just a half a notch. So I'm going to take the rock hopper, flip that right there, and I'm just going to place that there. I'm then going to take this 1x1, and I'm going to move this forward just like that. I'm then going to delete the rock hopper. Now from here, I'm going to take the phase beam array, and I'm going to snap one on top of the 1x1, and then I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to snap that underneath the 1x1 just like that. Before I delete this, I want to copy this one over onto the other side. So the easiest way, and to be honest, I'm just going to move this again so it's out of the way. I'm going to take a 1x1, and I'm just going to kind of copy it over. So I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to place one there, and then I can just delete that middle 1x1, and then I can take this 2x1 again and just kind of move that back to where it was. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place my turrets. So one's going to go right above, and the other one's going to go right below the 1x1. And then once those turrets are placed, I believe that's going to allow you to place these hull linkage pieces. So there we go. So as you can see, when you get it, so right now you can't really see that bottom turret. So when you get the placement right, you'll see that bottom turret appear just like that. And you want to rotate it. So there's two ways to place this. I would rotate it to where you can barely see it, to where the Arcadia piece is pretty much taken up the entirety of that piece. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to delete that 1x1. And then I'm going to place this hull linkage piece. And I'm going to rotate it to where you can barely see it. And if you did it correct, you should be able to see both turrets, the top and bottoms. All right. Now from here, I'm going to take another Vesper cowling piece. I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to place that right here to where it's basically running up to these two offset pieces. Then, let's see, right behind that, I'm going to take a 1x1. I'm just going to place that there for the moment. And then right behind that, I'm going to take the Albatross cargo tank. So that's going to go right there. All right, so now I need to bring this up a half a notch. And actually, you know what? I think I jumped the gun. So I'm just going to move this out of the way real quick because I need to use this ducting outlet to snap right behind this 1x1. I'm then going to take the 1x1. I'm going to move it to where the ducting outlet snaps to the bottom of it. I then can delete that ducting outlet. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the rock hopper propeller module. I'm going to snap that to the left, but I'm going to snap it one click backwards, just like that. And then going to move this 1x1 to where it's on the same grid as the rock hopper. And then, let's see, I'm going to take the heavy linkage piece, and that's just going to get snapped right in front of this 1x1. And then once that's placed, I can then just delete that 1x1 and the rock hopper. I then can take this Albatross cargo tank, and I can just put that right back where it goes. All right, now from here, let's see. I'm going to use the swept casing piece. I'm going to rotate that, and I want to place one right above this piece, but for whatever reason, there's like no snapping point for it. So I think the way around it, if you just take any 1x1 piece and just snap that here for the moment, I think that's going to give you the snapping point to place this swept casing piece, in which it does. All right, so place one there, place another one on the other side, and actually we got to get in there to delete that. So I think a faster way, if we delete this one, I think a faster way is if you just place your reactor. So if you use a Zenith class reactor, and just kind of snap that right in place to where that other 1x1 piece was, and that should also allow you to place, which it does, that swept casing piece. All right, and then once that's done, I think we're ready to move on to the very back portion of the ship. And this was probably the hardest thing to do when it came to building this ship. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, take this antenna piece, just snap this right on top of this that heavy linkage piece. So that's going to go there. And then jumping up to the front real quick, the satellite receiver. You're just going to snap that right to the front snapping point of that 2x1. All right. So now with those placed, let's jump to the back of the ship. And like I was saying, this is probably going to be the most difficult part. So I'm going to start off, take some more of these 1x1 walkway pieces. I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to place one there. I'm then going to delete this one. And then, if I remember correctly, take the rock hopper again. I'm going to move it forward just a half a notch. There's that. I'm going to bring the 1x1 forward. And then going to delete that. And then I'm going to place another one right below that. And then from here, I'm going to take the engine cover, and I'm going to snap one along the side of that 1x1. I'm going to flip it, place another one there. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see. I'm going to delete these real quick. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place these over. I'm going to flip that. Place one there just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take another 1x1 again. Place one here. Place one there. And then I'm going to delete that. Take my rock hopper. Move forward just a half a click. Bring that forward. Then can delete this. Place another one under there. And then I have my engine cover. Place one here. I'm going to flip it. Place another one there. Then can delete that. Place more along the side. And I don't know why it's not wanting to snap. Oh, because I didn't delete that one. So make sure you delete that one. Then can flip it. I'm going to place that there. All right. And then now, this section going to be a little different. Got my Titan class walkway. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to take a ducting outlet. I'm going to snap that there. And then I'm just going to take this one by one. I'm going to move it to where the ducting outlet snaps to the back of that one by one. I then can delete that. And I believe that's going to allow me to take the engine cover, which it does. I'm going to snap one there. I'm going to take another one by one. I'm just going to snap that to the other one by one because that's going to allow me to snap the one underneath just like that. I then can delete these. And then I'm going to rotate these. Place one there. And I'm going to place another one right there. All right. Now from here, I'm going to take the Speedbird diffusers. And I'm just going to place these right behind all of these engine covers. So I got one there. Flip that one. So there's one. I'm going to do the same for the other ones. All right, and now that that's placed, I want to place and merge some thrusters into these. So in order to do that, so you got another hab piece, and I'm just going to snap that right here. So I'm gonna snap one by one to each of these. So if you're looking at it from the back, it's just going to be that top right piece, just like that. I'm then going to take ducting outlets. And I'm going to place them along the left-hand side of each one of these one by ones. And then from here, I'm going to take these one by ones. I'm going to move it to where the ducting outlet snaps to the top of each of these one by ones. And then once that's placed, I then can delete all of these. All right, and then now I need to bring this forward just a half. So once again, using the rock hopper. Looking at it, like I said, looking at it from the left-hand side, we're just going to snap this forward just a half. I'm going to do it for all of these. And then I'm going to bring these one by ones up, just like that. And then I can delete all of these rock hoppers. All right. Now from here, I'm going to take more of these one by one pieces, and I'm going to snap them right in front of these back one by ones, just like that. I then can delete these back one by ones. You know, it's a lot of steps to get these thrusters right. So once those one by ones are deleted, I'm then going to take the pyro drive booster, and those should snap. Oop, I did that wrong. I got to bring this forward one more. So I'm bringing these one by ones forward just one more, guys. So using the rock hoppers again. Bring that forward. Bring that forward half a click, and then same thing with that. All right, let's try deleting these. I think this is going to work this time around. So once these one by ones are in this position, let's see. I'm going to use the pyro drive booster and just snap that to the back of this one by one, which it looks like that is the correct spot. So once that thruster's placed, I can delete that one by one. Moving over to this middle thruster, and place another pyro drive booster. Place that there, and then can delete that one by one. And then I can do the same thing over on this side. Place that there, and then I can delete that. All right, now from here, don't have too many more pieces to place. I'm going to take just any one of these one by one pieces again. I'm just going to snap that there just like that. I'm going to take a ducting outlet. I'm going to snap this to the side of this one by one. And then I'm going to bring this one by one over to where it's this ducting outlet snapping to the bottom of the one by one. Now from here, I'm going to take the bolted joint. I'm going to snap that right beside that 1x1. And then once that's snapped, I can then delete that one. And I can snap one here. Do the same thing on the other side, just like that. And then, let's see. Once those are placed, I'm going to take the swept casing piece, I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to snap it right along the side, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing right there, just like that. All right, and I think that should do it for the actual build portions of the build. If you want to utilize landing gear, so like right now I got this this mag-filled landing thruster. If you want to utilize landing gears, I'm going to show you just kind of an alternative way to do that. So if you take a landing gear, looking at it from the front, not this front snapping point, but the one right behind that, you can place one there. From here, you can take another one and place one right here, right on that middle section. You then can delete that one because you're not going to use that anymore. And then from here, let's see, I'm going to place one right back there. So it's kind of your guys' preference on which one you want to use, but that's how to do the landing gear. So now, once you have all of that stuff placed, you're gonna save your ship. And once your ship's saved, we're gonna add a couple more decorative pieces, or I should say, a couple more pieces that happen to be decorative pieces to the build. So once you back out, once you get close to the ship, for PC players, if you click Z on your keyboard, it kind of opens up this decorative tab. If you scroll over to the wall art portion, we're going to be using the white decal design. And I'm just going to be placing one right up here, right in the front. And I kind of use some of those like line textures kind of as a guide. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit. I placed one here. And it's going to, and make sure that it's the white and orange. So I'm going to place one like about right there. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, and once that's placed, I'm then going to jump up to the top of the ship. Now this little section right here, I'm going to take, once again, Z on the keyboard. Underneath this like little chair tab, I'm going to scroll down to decorative technology. And I'm going to use the storage panel. So I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to blow it up, and I believe it's going to be the max size. Yep, it's going to be max size. And I want to bring this as close to me as I can before it like spazzes out. So about right there, and I'm going to center it up, and I'm going to place one right there just like that. Jump around here. I'm going to do the same thing. And you kind of want to merge the pieces, and I'm doing this quick, so it's not going to be perfect here in this tutorial, but when you guys do it, take your time, and get it right. So I'm going to place another one right there just like that. All right, now jumping back here, I'm going to take, I believe it's going to be, yep. So under the flag tab, you're going to scroll down to structural adornments, and then I'm going to use the compact transmitter. So I'm just going to place one roughly about right here, but for whatever reason it's showing up red. So if I click V on my keyboard, that toggles free placement mode, so that should allow you to place it. So I'm just going to place one like roughly, like I said, something like that. And once that one's placed, I'm going to take the cylindrical transmitter. I'm going to place one right beside it. I'm just going to kind of rotate it. Place it roughly right there. All right, now from here, jumping around to the other side, I'm going to hop back to this little chair tab. I'm going to scroll down to decorative technology, and I'm going to place some more of these storage panels. But this time, I'm going to shrink them a little bit. I'm going to place one, something like that. Do the same thing over on the other side. Something like that. And then right in the middle between those, I'm going to take this side panel piece. I'm going to shrink that one. And I'm going to partially merge it into this swept casing piece that's right in front of me. But I'm going to place it something like that. Or, yep, something like this. And like I said, this isn't perfect for the tutorial, but when you guys do it, you know, like I said, take your time. So once those are placed, I'm going to jump around to the back of the ship. And the last pieces to place, I believe, I think it's going to be under the flag. Yep, it's going to be under the flag tab. I'm using these ceiling lights. And basically, I'm going to be centering these up to these back thrusters. So I'm going to place one right here. Now, if you're trying to place it and for whatever reason it's not wanting to place, you might be too far away and out of like the build zone. So you just got to move closer. And once you get a little closer, that should allow you, yep, perfect, to place it. You're just going to do the same thing for all three of these thrusters. So got one there, got one there, and we got one here. All right, now that all of those are placed, now it's time to actually paint the ship. So I'm going to jump back into build mode. And now that I'm in build mode, there's a couple sections. So this front part, so this 2x1, I want to use the red and light gray, but instead of the inverted gloss finish, I'm going to change it to gloss finish. So we're going to do that there. We're going to do this one here. Same thing right behind it. It's going to be sensitive. Almost had it. All right, got it, finally. All right, so that one gets painted red. These things get painted red. That gets painted red. This bottom one gets painted red. Same thing on the other side. All right. And then jumping to the back. This back portion of these thrusters are getting painted red. All right, now from here, the turrets, these are going to get painted. It's going to be the gray and dark gray, and it's going to be the inverted gloss finish. So that one's going to get painted that color. Same with these back turrets, the top and bottom ones. Once those are painted, if you're going with the landing gear, I just paint the landing gear the same color as well, that grayish color. And then I'm going to jump to the back. And these pieces right here along the back, these are all going to be that gray as well. And actually, let's see. It's going to be the gloss finish, the gray and dark gray. So that's going to get painted gray. That's going to get painted gray. Same with that. Same with that, and this. All right. Now from here, this back piece right here, this is going to get painted white and black. And then make sure it is the gloss finish. And then this top piece right here is also going to be white and black. But this time it's going to be the gloss finish rather than the inverted. And then once that's painted, I think the last thing to do... Oh, nope. Forgot these. So these little panels, these are going to be gray and red. Same with these panels on this side. And then now, these little transmitter things, these are going to be the gray and black. And then, let's see. This antenna piece right here, going to be gray and dark gray. And then it's going to be the inverted gloss finish. All right, so now that that's painted, I think the last thing to do is place our stairs. So I'm going to apply the edits. And run over to the entrance of the ship. And that's an issue. I wonder if I can squeeze in. Which I can't. Alright. So if you run into this glitch, this is actually an easy fix. And actually, I'll just include this in the tutorial. To fix that, all you have to do is just spawn in another ship real quick. Once that ship is spawned in, you just respawn in the other one. All right. And voila, it is fixed. Okay, so now, from here for the stair placement, I'm going to run all the way to the back of the ship. And in this little 1x1 room, I'm going to place the internal stairway. And for players playing on PC, Z on the keyboard, this far left tab, you scroll down. Actually, you don't even have to scroll down. It's just going to be under this internal configuration, this internal stairway right there. So I'm going to place that there. Moving up to the next deck. Running all the way down to the other side, I'm going to place another stair here. So that allows you to access your bridge. So once you have your stairs placed and your ship painted, I know I say this every tutorial, but I really think that's going to complete the build this time.